Hi, everybody. I'm Derek Gottlieb. Welcome to the inaugural episode of Budget Committee. I'm here with my other committee member, Dave Backer.
Hi, Derek. Welcome. This is Budget Committee ! And I myself, I study school finance, but from a philosophical perspective, but also from a very socialist perspective, And I've been working on school finance now for a number of years since I lived in Philadelphia and wanted to help movements get to understand how the money worked because the buildings were falling apart there. And so I was like, yeah, sure. So I started looking into it, and then I posted a link on my TikTok page. People started following me, and lo and behold, after a year, I got 500 something requests. I was like, wouldn't it be fun with Derek to do some kind of podcast where we look at these requests and we try to talk about school finance in a fun way? We're going to take these requests, but we're going to dive into the documents, and we each have different ways of looking at school finance documents, like audits and budgets and bond documents and reporting, and also, YouTube recordings of meetings and surveys and research.
Speaking personally, I also, as a philosopher, education finance is not a natural fit for me. And suddenly seeing some articles in the newspaper about how my local school district, the one that I was going to planning to enroll my daughter in and have since enrolled my daughter in, was looking at closing a couple of elementary schools. And, having read several books, e-viewings, Ghosts in the Schoolyard, about school closures in Chicago, what could be going on? And so I started digging into it. And the minute I started digging into it, I was astounded at the amount of bad information that was circulating on social media in my community about how the district has gotten into the shape. There's 13,000 school districts. Each one of them has their own set of circumstances, but there are also some deeply overlapping causes of the straits that districts find themselves in. And there's also kind of an overlapping number of very few levers that a local school district can pull in order to go one way or another. And so my hope in this podcast, I guess, is to help listeners who are submitting questions about what's going on in the financial forces that are constraining their local leaders, and have a clear idea of what the trade-offs are if you go one way or another.
I think that the school district and school finance in particular is a weak link of American racial capitalism. This is a line I like to use because when you start to play around with those district lines, those catchment lines, people really wake up. They really, it's it's an electric thing, or to use another metaphor, like a Jenga. If society is like a game of Jenga, the school district is one of those load-bearing pieces where if you poke it, the whole structure starts to shake. And hopefully, not just be able to understand the trade-offs, but maybe try to imagine what a transformation could be, and think through, let's try to understand what it is, what the terrain is, but also how to change it and how to maneuver on that terrain.